What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka Allfires. Now, I believe a lot of you who watch my channel every day are probably completely caught up on the Fantastic Four casting rumors that have been going in full force now for over a year and a half. If you're not, this basically all started in fall of 2021, and there have been a ton of names tied to Reed Richards and the rest of the team, again, in the last 16 months. However, it's only in the last 2 or 3 that Marvel Studios has actually actively been casting the team, and I told you guys to start paying attention, as we would at the channel, to the rumor mill. If there was one name that popped up everywhere, as I kept saying in past videos, that was most likely who was in the running and moving towards the front before they're ultimately christened by, say, The Hollywood Reporter or Deadline. Well, yesterday, and out of nowhere, a name showed up that we have not yet heard tied to Reed Richards of the Fantastic Four, and seemingly every industry insider corroborated each other within 24 hours, at least letting us know if he's not Reed Richards already, he's definitely a forerunner. We're going to break down exactly who this name is, what he's been in before if you haven't heard of him, where all of this news came from, and what it ultimately means about earlier rumors of Marvel's direction with the team. We're breaking it all down, but first, if you could grab the subscribe button. We do daily Marvel content at the channel, and that's all we do. Everything from official Easter egg breakdowns, trailers, and reviews to the occasional industry insider report and everything in between. So if that sort of thing's for you, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. That will automatically enter you to win our ongoing PS5 giveaway, which is about 2 weeks away now, to correspond with the release of Ant-Man and the Wasp: QUANTUMANIA. Again, all you got to do, be a sub, leave a comment on the video if you want, stick around to the end of the video. We get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Okay, so this all started earlier this week. 3 days ago here at the channel, we did a video with Galactus on the thumbnail. I'll make sure to leave a link to it down in the description and at the end of the video, in which we covered an anonymous 4chan and Reddit leak from days earlier. Now, in that leak, there were a ton of details about the MCU, the upcoming phases, and casting reports, one of which indicated that Adam Driver was not up for Reed Richards, perhaps Dr. Doom, that Keanu Reeves could be up for Galactus, and then with one sentence mentioned that Dev Patel was, quote, the #1 choice for Reed right now. Now, in the following days, just yesterday, multiple industry insiders, ones we trust and cover here at the channel, came out to support this. First of which, Lizzie Hill, editor-in-chief over at the Cosmic Circus, tweeted this just yesterday. Here's hoping that Dev Patel will be Reed, though I don't know for sure. I heard he was a top contender from a friend a few weeks ago. That was retweeted by a fellow editor and writer over at the same editorial on Alex P, when he tweeted, when I first heard Patel back in January, he was my instant favorite. So now you have one of those completely anonymous 4chan posts making its way over to a Marvel subreddit, and as I tell you guys all the time, with those anonymous 4chan posts, 90% of the time they're nonsense, but the 10% of the time they're right on the money, and then 2 industry insiders who we trust here at the channel and have a track record immediately corroborate it. But there was one more yet to weigh in. That's Jack McBrien, the co-founder of MCU Direct, an editorial I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with, one we also re-report on here at the channel as well, who retweeted both of these with the tweet, yep, meaning you have yet another industry insider adding his support to the fact that he's in the running for this role. And while probably not cast just yet, we'll wait for the headlines to run at Deadline or Hollywood Reporter or even Marvel Studios officially themselves, he's definitely a front runner. As I said verbatim just a month ago, when you have this many industry insiders talking, if we started to see this, where there's smoke, there's fire, he's at least in the running. But you may be asking yourself, who in the world is Dev Patel? And this all has to do with one other detail that was included in that anonymous 4chan leak, and something that we had heard before, that Kevin Feige and Marvel Studios were looking to prioritize representation on the Fantastic Four team, and not just that, but also looking to cast younger. We've been hearing that for a while, one recent industry insider indicating that Sue, Ben Grimm, and Reed Richards would all be in their 30s, and that they would actually cast Human Torch as younger in his 20s. Dev Patel being the perfect age for this at 32 seems like he checks all of these boxes, and if you're not familiar with his work, he's probably best known for The Green Knight, a film that I can admit I have not seen yet, but I'm gonna actually watch it tonight, sort of watch this actor and see what I think. I wish I had done so before this video, but did not have a chance to catch it. In the meantime, I think that a lot of people who are familiar with this actor have had great things to say about it in response to seeing his name as the front runner, and I would just like to bring up that this checks one box we have not mentioned at all during this video, and something I brought up a while ago that I'm still standing by. I prefer relatively unknown faces when it comes to being a Marvel superhero and villain. And when the hero or villain is big, the bigger the villain or hero, like Reed Richards, the more unknown I want the face. Tom Holland had been doing acting and cinema for quite some time before he was Spider-Man. Dev Patel has obviously a body of work now in several projects that he's not a new actor by any means, but perhaps not the household name that Tom Holland has become because he's Spider-Man, in the same way that Dev Patel will become much more known being Reed Richards, and I actually love that. Find a quality actor, and in the case of Tom Holland and Dev Patel, they're both British actors, which, has something to do with them not being as well known in the US, but finding quality actors who don't have any connotation, who have not been typecast, and whose names and faces are not overly associated with another huge character, and then let them grow into the role of Reed Richards. Of course, from that actor's point of view, sometimes what ends up happening is people will only remember them as Reed Richards, but for the right actor, that's a dream come true. And in this case, of all the names I've heard, the big ones, especially here recently, like Adam Driver, Ryan Gosling, etc., I'm all in for it. One final thought I'll give you guys to keep in mind: although this is the most we've heard about one name, and at once we've heard the others, but this is coming out of nowhere and seemingly with all this force and on the scene. Guys, this has happened before with names and characters, and then it has not worked out. Please keep in mind that nothing is official until Marvel Studios drops it, or in this case, Deadline or The Hollywood Reporter. I'll trust those two because they just always end up knowing and correct. In the past, though, with a lot of the casting rumors for Marvel Studios, they've been out there months in advance. In fact, if you look at the track record just here at the channel, and then the sources I've re-reported on, usually the castings are the things that can get out there. So while I'm not going to say this is 100% in the bag, this is the most we've heard about one actor. I'm thinking Dev Patel has an excellent shot of locking this down, and unless we hear another name come up soon. But guys, let me know all your thoughts down below. Have you seen Green Knight or anything else he's in? If you have, do you like this actor and agree he's great for Reed Richards? If not, and you're still holding on to someone else, who you got? I am all ears as always. Quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. Alright, we're still giving away a PlayStation 5, and we're going to do so now to correspond with the release of every Marvel movie this year instead of subscriber milestones, because at least for the first half of the year, they're going to happen a lot more frequently. If you want to be entered to win, all the same rules will always apply. All you got to do, hit the subscribe button, then leave a comment down below, and because it's truly random, the more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will be announced at the end of videos, the same way we're doing here. The best way to keep up with the content has always been to hit the notification bell with all notifications turned on, and as always, if you like today's video, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. My name is Michael Roman. You can find me in a couple of places: Instagram and Twitter at I'mFires. You can also find me on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, Apple, iTunes, under the name All Fires with original music. That's right, music of my own. A lot of you are still finding my music and haven't heard it yet. I don't like to shove it down your throat or advertise it at the beginning of videos, but if you are curious, All Fires, you can find me everywhere. Thanks for checking out this channel. Stick around. We'll be posting again real soon. Peace.